Exactly. So Noor was asking you about some advice to students, and maybe I also want some advice for you. I think all of us here in this room, whether we are students or faculty or not, we are all in this kind of business of life, right? We have some idea of how it starts and how it ends and so on, and we have some idea of the time that we have. And so I wonder, of course, this is probably a question that, and the answer changes throughout life. But like, what is a good life for you? And could you give any thoughts about how we should all strive for a good life?
This seems like a question we need to have over dinner. A good life. So the good life is not what you will read in a glossy magazine, The Good Life, which is just indulgence. That's great for a week or two to reward yourself, but as a permanent state, that's pretty horrible. And you know, I get questions like, and sometimes also from very young people. It's like, but Niklas, why do you work? You don't need to work. It's like, well, the purpose is not, and for me, the purpose is not like, yeah, let's make money so you don't have to work. I have friends who kind of ended up there, but for me, it's like it's what you're passionate about. I think it's about following your passion, and I also kind of we can talk about like getting a good grade, good university degree, but that's not for everyone. I think that you know your life on this planet is pretty short, and you need to follow. I think my advice is like follow your passion, whatever that passion is, because if you're not passionate about it, you're not going to be good at it. If someone say, well, you need to study engineering because that's where you get a good job. Well, if you're not passionate about engineering, you're going to suck at it and you're going to be miserable. So, but if you are really talented in whatever, figure skating, that's what you're passionate about, then you're going to be good at it. Sure, maybe the professional economic forecast might not be as great, but if you're really passionate about it, maybe you should pursue that. So that I think would be the simple kind of answer. But also, I think also if you do things that are benefiting others, and again, I'm just looking behind me here, it's like the more of us can focus on those big challenges. And I think this is also maybe like an advice, or maybe, not advice, but maybe an ask, is that there is, if we don't change the curve the next 10 years, so the next 10 years, what we do is going to determine the next 100 or hundreds of years. So there is, like, it's pretty easy. It's like, again, like if I was 20 years, I would kind of probably, I don't know, I would, but I would advise myself to like focus on solving these great challenges, because that's what we need to do. And the best toolkit that is available here in this university, like just walking around here at Ångström, is amazing, all these different technologies. So if you can use that and apply innovation and passion and ambition, then we're kind of on a good track. So that would be kind of my advice to you here. It's like, read this every morning and think about what are those great solutions, and don't be afraid of some failures and take risks.
Also, we have a question from Thomas Fredengren here.